starting off, comfortable seat, whether that's in a chair or on the earth, either way. And if you're in your chair, I invite you to uncross your legs if they're crossed and root your feet to the earth. So we'll start with a little opening meditation to really bring us into the present moment. And just allow the edges of the day to soften. We hear this so much these days, and I'm so happy that we hear this so much these days about how important it is to take some time and take care of ourselves. I'm so happy that it's become like a buzzword, a buzz thing that we do, right? Self-care. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Thank goodness self-care is trending. Let's let it be more than a trend and really even more be something that is so accepted and welcomed and honored in our lives. There are other cultures in the world that really honor this taking time out. It's not even time out, it's more like time in and time for connection. Connection with our true nature. Connection with the rhythms of the earth. Connections with the energy of the universe. With some of the ways that our human lives, as we've set them up, they're a little out of rhythm, and it's really easy to forget that we are nature and that we are animals. So here we take some time in, we receive some time for ourselves to remember all that and move through our bodies. There's 3 more cycles of breath here. Allowing these to be really expansive inhales, whatever that means to you. Maybe the belly fills, the shoulders, the heart, the brain. And allow these exhales to be longer, way longer than you would normally exhale. And even just right here, this has just been a few minutes. Even if we just took a few minutes out to pause and breathe and come into rhythm and close our eyes for a few moments, that would be something. Letting this self-care be something that happens throughout the day. Breath in, reach fingertips to the stars. Exhale, bend into elbows, cactus out the arms, and little pulses. Like you're moving, like you're creating wind. So let there be a little bit of, you make your own resistance. So this isn't kind of like wet noodle arms. This is like, boom, affecting the wind on the planet arms. For 3, 2, and belly button pulling in and up, pelvic floor pulling up. With an inhale, reach fingertips towards the stars. Exhale to spiral to the right. Left hand, right knee, right fingertips back behind. However that makes sense to you, whether you're in your chair or you're seated on the earth. You might add a little bit of movement in the neck. It might feel good to bring the chin down towards the chest or roll the head from side to side. Or not. Maybe no movement. There's always a little bit of energy, lots of energy flowing through the body, whether you're in stillness or movement. And belly button towards the back of the spine. Reach fingertips towards the stars. Exhale, bend into elbows. Once again, cactus out the arms and pulse. Like affect the wind on the planet kind of pulsing. Belly button pulling in and up. Really root into the core. Imagine this movement is coming from the core. So it's not even the shoulders, it's like deeper than that. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reach fingertips towards the stars. Exhale to spiral in the other direction. So again, let this make sense for you. Maybe if you're in your chair, your left forearm is to the back of the chair. Anything that feels good for your fingertips or hands to land. Breathe in. Breathe out. Belly button towards the back of the spine. Come back to center. Reach fingertips towards the stars. And exhale, hands on knees. If you are in your chair, heel toe your feet a little bit further apart. If you're on the earth, hands right on the knees, almost on the inner thighs, and just sway from side to side. Right? Again, belly button pulling in and up, pelvic floor pulling up. The sway comes from the core. Rolling through the shoulders, so as you sway, maybe one shoulder at a time rolls back. Coming back to center, coming back to neutral. Root into the left hand to dip the left shoulder towards the right knee, and then come right back up and take this on the other side. So side to side, twisting. And you might adjust your feet so that this feels really good, right? Move through your body really intuitively. One more each side. And bring it back to center. Inhale, reach fingertips towards the stars. Exhale, extend the right hand forward. Spin the right fingertips down. So right palm shining forward. Take the left hand to the right fingertips and gently pull this back. So your thumb might be to the back of your hand. Maybe there's a little bit of a bend to the elbow. Breathe in. Breathe out. Place left hand on the heart. Roll through the right shoulder. Just a couple of rolls here. And inhale, reach fingertips towards the stars. Exhale, extend. Now the left hand out in front. Right fingertips take hold of the left fingertips. Right? Maybe the thumb is to the back of the palm. Rolling the left shoulder down. There might be a little bit of a bend to the elbow. Stretching the fascia in the wrists. Really stretching the fascia anywhere in the body affects the entire body. Breathe in. Breathe out. And go ahead, release. Right hand to the heart. Now roll through the left shoulder. Inhale, fingertips reach towards the stars. Exhale, hands to the knees. Seated cat-cow flow. So inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, roll it in. Tailbone scoops underneath. If you're in your chair, you might scoot forward a little bit to let there be a little more mobility in the spine. Breathe into the heart. So breathe into the front of the heart as it lifts towards the sky. Breathe into the back of the heart as you bow the mind to the heart. And coming back to neutral, allow the eyes to gently close. Notice any effects on the body, on the mind, on the spirit so far. Just a compassionate observation. And allow the eyes to gently flutter open. Make your way into your downward facing dog. So if you're in your chair, you're coming to the back of your chair, and your hands are here, and you're walking your feet back. A little bend into the knees. If you're on the earth, hands to the earth, hips go back and high, downward facing dog. And let's all walk out this dog. So alternating which heels coming down towards the earth. Allowing the head to hang heavy. And come to a little bit of stillness. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you are on the earth, maybe right leg lifts back and high. Only if you're on the earth. Actually, you can probably do this in your chair too. Maybe right leg lifts back and high. See how that feels. And take as many steps as you'd like. Right foot steps forward. So if you're on the earth, right foot will step where the right thumb is. If you've got your chair, right foot steps towards the back of the chair. Left hand stays rooted or to the chair. Right fingertips reach towards the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Thread right hand underneath the left arm. And inhale, open it up. 2 more like that. Inhale, open it up. Exhale. Inhale, reach fingertips towards the stars. And exhale, right hand either comes back to the chair or roots to the earth. All right, let's lift to rise. Little bend into that back knee. Root down, reach fingertips towards the stars. If you'd like, keep one hand on the chair, no problem. Breathe in. Breathe out. And allow hands to reach out in front of you. Spin the left heel down. Now we're in our warrior feet. Set up for your warrior feet. Left heel spins down. Option to open this left arm. Open the back arm. Breathe in. Breathe out. Either pause right here or take the left hand to the left hip. Spin the right palm up towards the sky. Bring right arm by the right ear. Maybe lengthen this right leg out. Inhale. Exhale, then back into the right knee. If you lengthen, reach arms back out in front. And we're making our way back to whatever variation of downward facing dog you're coming into. So if you're on the mat, you're on the earth, hands frame the front foot. If you know and love a vinyasa here, now's a nice time, right? Plank, knees, chest, chin. Or you're just stepping right back to your downward facing dog and you're skipping all of this. No problem. Downward facing dog, whether hands are on the back of the chair or hands are to the earth. And then go ahead, once again, walk out your dog. Shake your head out a little bit if that feels good. Breathe in. Exhale, fall into spaciousness. In other words, a way to say that might be allowing the exhale to feel like a sigh in your entire body, right? That's helpful. And let's go right to the other side. If it makes sense to lift that left leg back and high first, go for it. Go ahead, take as many steps as you'd like. Left foot comes where the left thumb is. Whatever that means to you. Or hands are on the chair and you're here. No problem. Okay. Right hand stays to the back of the chair or connected to the earth. Spin left fingertips towards the stars. Spread your eagle wings. Unthread left arm underneath the right. 2 more like that. Inhale, reach fingertips towards the stars. Exhale, thread left arm underneath the right. And again, inhale. And exhale. Left hand comes to earth or left hand comes to the back of the chair. Root down, lift to rise. One hand can stay on the chair, right? No problem. Always breathe in. Breathe out. Press into a warrior. And reaching hands out in front of you, spin the right heel down. Anchor that right heel to the earth. So we have our warrior feet, warrior 2 feet. Option to open up the back arm, come to warrior 2. Option to stay right here. Maybe take right hand to the right hip, spin the left palm up. Bring left arm by the left ear. Maybe lengthen the left leg. Oh, goodness. Oh, I love yoga so much. Breathe in. Of course, it's so much more than the postures. Breathe out. And bend back into the front knee if you lengthened it. Come to warrior 2. One more moment. And cartwheel down. Making your way back to whatever variation of your downward facing dog you're in. So this could be hands to the back of the chair. Again, another opportunity to vinyasa, plank, lowering down knees, chest, chin. Inhaling to your cobra, elbows along the rib cage. Exhale, heart returns to earth. We all meet in our downward facing dog. And bringing knees to the mat, hips to heels, child's pose. If you're in your chair, your child's pose maybe is leaning over the legs. It could feel good. Okay, so a variation of child's pose. Walk your hands over to the right. Hands to the earth. There we go. Breathe up and down the left side of the body. Really get this nice side stretch here. And inhale, come back to center. With the hands, walk hand over hand to center and all the way out over to the other side. Let the exhale move you. Breathe up and down the right side of the body. And inhale, come back to center. Okay. Coming up to your bear, otherwise known as table. Little bit of core work here. If you are in your seat, we're going to do something like this where you're lifting one knee up at a time, right? Really use the core, lift one knee up at a time. So you can go ahead and rock with that. Maybe shimmy to the edge of the seat so you can feel that happen. Okay, if you are in your bear, if you're on the earth, you're in your bear, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, maybe a little bit in front. Really push into the fingertips, like you've got little gecko hands. Tuck all 10 toes, belly button pulling in and up, pelvic floor pulling up. Arc the back of your spine up towards the sky. Lift your knees up off the earth like 2 inches or maybe an inch. belly button pulling in and up. And then you might keep the shoulders, keep the rib cage really still, and use the abdominals to tick your hips from side to side. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees to the mat. Untuck the toes. Variation of child's pose. Whatever that means to you, child's pose. And this next stretch can be done either on the floor or against a wall. On the floor, let's see, we'll do the floor one first. So go ahead, crawl right out into the belly and make a pillow for your forehead with your hands. So we're here. So I'll do the wall one in a moment. Extend your right arm out to the right. And then place your left hand off to the left. The elbow's gonna be bent. Here, I'll go like this so you can see. Okay, so the elbow's gonna be bent. You're pushing into the left hand to roll over to the right side of the body. And then you might bend into your knees. So you're stacking your knees on top of each other. Maybe the left toes tap back behind, right? You're resting the right side of your head on the earth. If you're against a wall, I'll come over here. You can see. Hopefully you can see me back here. You'd extend your arm out, right? And then push into the left hand still. And then you might cactus out your arm here, right? Doing yoga against the ivy wall here. So really, this is such a nice stretch. Do you get that? Yeah. Yep, so you face the wall. Face the wall. And then push into the left hand. So rotate and open up that shoulder, open up the right shoulder. Okay. Such a nice stretch if you're on the computer a lot, so really open up the pecs here, open up the heart. Okay. So let's go right to the other side if you feel like you're ready. So now come back onto the belly and come back to center. Make a pillow for your forehead with your hands again. Wiggle the hips from side to side. If you're against the wall, do something nice. Then go ahead, let's go to the other side. So now extend the left hand out. Right hand comes off to the side, the elbows bend. Push into the right hand. That left hand's gonna slide off to the left a little bit more. You're on the left side of the head. You can bend both knees on the earth if that feels good. You could lengthen one leg or let the right toes tap back behind you, just depending on what's available for you in this moment. Who cares? Breathe in. Breathe out. And let there be this effortless rest to this. So if you feel like you're holding and you can't breathe, ease back, ease back. You want to feel like your whole entire body can breathe here. One more breath. Come back to center. Belly to the earth. Again, make a pillow for your forehead with your hands. Wiggle the hips from side to side. And let your hands come to their spots to make your way back to your child's pose. So child's pose variation, whatever that means to you. Make your way to your seat. So either Back to easy pose. You could actually do this next part lying down. We're coming into our final meditation. So if you'd like to come onto the back body, feel free to do that for like a more traditional Shavasana. Or maybe this is just a seated meditation. That's pretty awesome too. Any final little movements or anything intuitive? Maybe you want to reach your arms up overhead one more time, or if you're lying down, there's a stretch or a movement, maybe a morning stretch or a twist or something like if happy baby, right? You're on your back and you take hold of your feet. This might feel nice. Okay. Take another moment or two to land in whatever your final meditation, whatever your final meditative shape is going to be. And when you get there, allow your eyes to gently close. And again, connect to the beat of the drum, the heartbeat of the earth. Remembering our true nature, remembering that we are nature. We are intended to live rhythmically, peacefully, calm and centered. A little practice like this helps us to remember that. Receiving time for self-care, which really is when we take care of ourselves, we're taking care of everyone. When we are our best selves, we have that to offer to everyone else. So the self-care is really care for the whole planet. Bring thumbs to heart center. May all beings be happy and free. Namaste. Thank you.